Hi folks, I'm Dane from SocialBookshelves.com and welcome to my TBR Bookshelf Tour. I don't know why I'm standing in front of this bookcase really, because this is my TBR bookcase there. I suppose there's better light around here. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to quickly take you through the books on my TBR bookcase, show you around. I have a lot of books, so I kind of whiz through it. But if you guys enjoy this and want me to do more of this kind of stuff, then let me know with a comment and I might do it again, but with other bookcases because there are loads and with a bit more effort. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, one thing to mention here actually is that I have two different types of TBR books. So I have my first ones on the top two shelves, are literally books I haven't even started yet. And the ones on the bottom two shelves I've read the first few pages of on my way to work to see whether they were rubbish or not. If I get bored before I get to work, I get rid of them. As you can see, there are 4 shelves there, and yeah, we're just gonna go through them. Alright, so I'm not going to lie, it's been a logistical nightmare to actually film this. I got a lamp up here and I'm standing on a stool. Nevertheless, let's start the tour. So to start with the ones that haven't started yet, I mean, it's all alphabetical as well, so we're going across. We've got, oh, what's that? The Old Devils, Kingsley Amis. The Divine Comedy, Dante. I've never actually read that, so I'm getting around to it. Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. Obviously, it's a classic, and I've never read it, so I'm going to. Got here the Penguin Dictionary of Troublesome Words, Bringing Nothing to the Party by Paul Carr. That's one that I got sent recently, so I need to start that one soon. Brother Ray here, which is Ray Charles in his own words. Some Cory Doctorow, that's Pirate Cinema. What's this? Life in Assorted Poems by Faith Isabella Elizabeth Horn. So again, that's one that I've only recently been sent. The Family Corleone by Ed Falco, so I believe that's a Godfather tie-in. Live and Let Die, another Ian Fleming, so I've read some, but not all of them. What's this? Watching with the Simpsons, Television Parody and Intertextuality by Jonathan Gray. I've got a little copy of The Brothers Grimm, children's fairy tales. This is Marley and Me by Josh Grogan there as well. The Vegetarian Student Cookbook, so you may or may not know that I'm a veggie. Now you know. Gonna try some of the recipes out. George's Secret Key to the Universe, which is Lucy and Stephen Hawking up there. Victor Hugo, Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's in this nice little copy. God, I'm ashamed of what is coming next. 50 Shades of Grey, E.L. James. In my defense, I didn't buy it. I got it for free. Moving a little further along, so we've got For the Love of I by Patsy Jowo, which is inspirational poetry. Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, which non-fiction. Big Sur, Jack Kerouac, so I love Kerouac, but that happens to be one I haven't read. Got a lot of Stephen King up here as well, so let's just whiz through them. We've got, going alphabetically, Firestarter, Full Dark, No Stars, It, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, Song of Susanna, The Drawing of the Three, The Gunslinger, The Running Man, The Tommyknockers, The Wastelands, and Wizard and Glass right on the end. Oh, and Wolves of the Collar as well. Now, there's a reason for a lot of these. I mean, I pick up a lot of books from charity shops and there are always plenty of Stephen King books. Alright, now this shelf's a bit different because there are actually books piled on top of books here, but I'll do my best. So we'll kick off with, over there in the corner, The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, which is book 3 in Stieg Larsson's Millennium Trilogy. I recently read Girl with a Dragon Tattoo and working through them. You can't actually see it very well down there, but I've got The Gunslinger by Hugh Laurie, which is obviously the actor as well, playing House, and also he's just a generally quite a badass writer. What's that there? We've got Moby Dick, Herman Melville, Stupid White Men by Michael Moore, Time Traveler's Wife, Audrey Niffenegger, never got around to reading that. The Darwin Awards by Wendy Northcutt, so that's just people who died in stupid ways, always worth a laugh. George Orwell, Down and Out in Paris and London, one of the few Orwells I haven't read. Palgrave's Treasury of Love Poems. We've got Dr. Zhivago there, Boris Pasternak, quite an old little copy. Scenes We'd Like to See from Mock the Week. Ian Probert, Virus Outbreak. So Ian is a writer I've interviewed before, and I've not actually read any of his work, so I thought I ought to. And we've got Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children there as well, which is everyone on BookTube rages about. I've never seen it. Rages, same thing. And up here we've got Ask Gary V by Gary Vaynerchuk. So he's a well-known social media marketer and marketing thought leader. He has a YouTube show, and this book is off the back of that. I actually went to the launch party recently, and it was awesome. Okay, moving on. What else we got up here? Let's see. We have got Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, however you say his name. I've read one of his books, but I haven't read Percy Jackson. So, The Psychopath Test, John Ronson. It's a book of geek wisdom there. Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. I'm going to skip the Goosebumps a second, we'll come back to it. Letters from Father Christmas by Tolkien. The Confessions of Adrian Mole, Sue Townsend. The Growing Pains of Adrian Mole as well. We've got Making the Cat Laugh by Lynn Truss. She also wrote Eat, Shoots and Leaves. Mark Twain, so Huckleberry Finn and The Prince and the Pauper. Table Talk, Oscar Wilde. And then Face by Benjamin Zephaniah on the end. Just a quick look up here as well, we've got Norwegian Wood. We've got some Kurt Vonnegut, Palm Sunday. Dubliners, James Joyce. This is actually a pulp edition, it looks really cool. Please Don't Ask by Lyman Ditson. We've got A Storm of Swords Part 1 and 2, George R.R. Martin, so those are my next Game of Thrones books to start. Sharda by Douglas Adams and Gareth Roberts, and Jailbird by Vonnegut as well. So with all these Goosebumps books, I guess I'll read through them quickly. Basically, my old housemate was getting rid of a load of books and wanted to know if I wanted any, and then I thought I'd take all the Goosebumps books as they were free. So, in alphabetical order, we've got A Shocker on Shock Street, Are You Terrified Yet? Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, Beware the Snowman, Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter, Calling All Creeps, Creature Teacher, Deep in the Jungle of Doom, Deep Trouble 2, Don't Go to Sleep. What's this? We've got The Scream Team, Hide and Shriek, Spell of the Screaming Jokers and Field of Screams. We've got I Am Your Evil Twin, I Live in Your Basement, Invasion of the Body Squeezers, Parts 1 and 2, Monster Blood, Parts 1, 2 and 3. Oh, and there's 4. Special edition here, I don't know what that is. My Best Friend is Invisible, Revenge Our Us, The Barking Ghost, The Blob That Ate Everyone, The Curse of Camp Cold Lake, The Curse of the Creeping Coffin, The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, The Deadly Experiments of Dr. Eek, The Headless Ghost, Trapped in Batwing Hall, Under the Magician's Spell, Vampire Breath, Welcome to Dead House and Werewolf Skin. Okay, so these two shelves here are my TBR shelves that are kind of underway. So every day on the bus to work, I start a new book just to see how it is, and then if you know, I can DNF or whatever you call it when you no longer want to read something. So if I start reading a book on the way to work, and by the time I get to work, I've already given up, it means I'm not going to read that book. So these ones have passed the test, and these are the most imminent ones for me to read, I suppose. So we've got Life on Earth, David Attenborough. It's quite an interesting looking book. Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre. Collected short stories of Roald Dahl. We've got a hell of a lot of Colin Dexter here. Look, Death is My Neighbour, Last Seen Wearing, Service of All the Dead, Daughters of Cain, Dead of Jericho, and The Remorseful Day. Global Content Marketing by Pam Didner. So that's a social media marketing book. This here is Rodney Stone by Arthur Conan Doyle. We've got The Exploits of Brigadier Gerard as well. Freelancing for Dummies. We've got this book on immigrating to the USA, because at one point I was vaguely considering trying to do that. Probably not going to happen now, but you know, I'll read it anyway. Lost in a Good Book by Jasper Forday. It's the second book in that series. Graham Greene, Friend and Brother. It's by a guy called Leopoldo Duran. Gone Girl, Gillian Flynn. Neil Gaiman, Fragile Things. The Polyglots, William Garhardy. That on the end is William Gibson, Neuromancer. You can't really actually even see it's there. And down here we've got Deliberate Prose by Allen Ginsberg, Looking for Alaska, John Green, Graham Greene, Collected Essays, Lawless Roads, and Yours Etc. as well, that last one being a collection of his letters to the press. The Flying Sorcerers, which is Comic Tales of Fantasy. I believe Terry Pratchett got involved with that and some other people. Round Island with a Fridge by Tony Hawks. That's my friend Neil's favourite book. Catch-22, Joseph Heller. Hemingway, For Whom the Bell Tolls. We've got Mein Kampf, Adolf Hitler there. I just thought it'd be interesting to put things into perspective, I suppose. Henry James, The Portrait of a Lady. Then James Joyce, A Portrait of the Artist. This really confuses me that they're next to each other. Big bunch of Stephen King again. So we've got Bag of Bones, Bleak House, Duma Key, Everything's Eventual, and Rose Madder. This one here is Quality Leadership Through Empowerment by Dick Leatherman. Spike Milligan, Gunner Who. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Some Pratchett here. Johnny and the Bomb, Raising Steam, The Discworld Companion. Science of the Discworld 3, Darwin's Watch. That there is Claire Riley. She's one of my author friends. She's written a series called Odium. This is or I don't know if that's the series name, but this book's called Odium, The Dead Saga. It's near the start. We've got Shakespeare there. What is that blue one? I think it's A Midsummer Night's Dream and Othello. Recommend this as well, which is another social media book. Unfinished Tales by Tolkien and The Colour Purple by Alice Walker. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Check out playlists for more stuff like that. Do all the usual stuff. Find us on Twitter and Facebook and things. And I'll see you soon. Bye.